Okay, so imagine this challenge. You're running a huge global company, right? Thousands of employees, teams spread out literally all over the world. How do you get branded merchandise to them? Consistently, good quality. It sounds kind of simple on the surface, but let me tell you, it can become a massive logistical nightmare. Today, we're going to dig into exactly that. We're focusing on Simpla. They're a big name, a global leader in pharmaceuticals, known obviously for their products, but also for having these incredibly diverse teams just everywhere.
Yeah, it's a great case study because Cipla, they're really dealing with what they actually call merchandise chaos.
Hmm.
Just picture it for a second.
Mm.
You've got vendors scattered all over the place locally, so the branding looks different depending on where you are, prices are up and down, and the ordering, it was this slow manual thing. It could
Yeah.
seriously take like a week, maybe even more, just to get an order going.
A week. Wow.
Yeah, and their goal, which sounds reasonable enough, was just to make branded stuff accessible,
Mm.
meaningful. Let employees choose things that kind of resonate with them, feel that connection to the brand. But that simple idea, it got really tangled up in this complex, messy reality.
Okay, so that sets the stage. Our mission, then, for this deep dive is to really unpack how Cipla went from that system complex, fragmented, to something unified, streamlined, this global brand store they built. And get this, we're going to find out how they took their sourcing from, like you said, 7 days down to just one.
It's quite a transformation.
So let's unpack that merchandise chaos a bit more. Before this new system, what did that actually mean day to day? You mentioned branding, pricing, control issues. What were the real sort of tangible problems?
Well, those issues were the core of it. Different vendors meant, the look and feel wasn't consistent. Costs were all over the place, which, well, you can imagine makes budgeting really tough. And trying to manage big bulk orders, say for a company event or for recognition programs, it was just a major, major hassle.
I bet.
But the thing that really stands out is just how much those slow manual processes gummed everything up. Tasks that should have been quick, right? They turned into these long email threads, chasing manual approvals, just waiting. It wasn't just inefficient. It really highlighted the urgent need for one single structured platform.
Sounds incredibly frustrating for the teams involved. So, okay, what was the breakthrough? How did Cipla tackle this? How they get out of that mess?
Right, so that's where the Simple Brand Store enters the picture. It's powered by a platform called Mandala, which is actually specialized in this kind of corporate merchandise management. Think of it like a central hub, one place for all the pre-approved stuff, high quality, perfectly on brand, no more guesswork.
Okay, a central hub. Makes sense.
Yeah, and what made it really work globally was a couple of key things. Employees could choose their currency, Indian rupees or US dollars,
Hmm.
and crucially, they set it up for global delivery. So it didn't matter if you were in Mumbai or New York, you
Yeah.
could get the same quality items.
Ah, so truly global access.
Exactly. And the range of items is pretty good too. Things like metal water bottles, those classic white coffee mugs. They even had this specific red and black Clan Earth laptop backpack, the one with the three trees planted logo. And even the company history book, Caring for Life, the Cipla story, plus an eco-friendly category, which ties into their wider values.
That 7 days to one number is it's staggering. What actually enabled that? Was it purely the tech or was there more to it? Maybe cultural changes too.
It was definitely a mix, but the technology was the essential backbone. Creating that single platform meant they achieved one platform, one identity. That just wiped out the vendor chaos.
Mhm.
Every single product consistently Cipla branded, whether it's one person ordering or for a big event or R&R programs.
Earn our recognition and reward.
Right, recognition and rewards,
Right.
or even the onboarding kits for new people joining. And what's interesting is this wasn't just about being faster. It was about every employee everywhere feeling connected to one Cipla brand, not some fragmented version.
That makes a lot of sense. Consistency matters.
Totally. And that standardization naturally led to transparent pricing, zero surprises. Costs were fixed, no more weird fluctuations or haggling. Budgeting suddenly got way simpler. And finally, billing made simple. Especially for those bigger bulk orders, the platform just smoothed out the whole transaction process for teams across the globe.
Okay, so let's bring it down to the ground level. If I'm an employee at Cipla or I'm managing a team, what does this brand store actually feel like to use? What's the practical difference day to day?
Well, for an individual employee, it's really seamless. You just browse, pick your favorite Cipla gear, pay online, and boom, it gets delivered wherever you are. No hassle. For the teams needing larger orders, there's a dedicated workflow. It's all streamlined, rates are pre-approved, and the assembly and delivery is coordinated globally. It just takes all that friction away.
So this deep dive really highlights how Cipla took this really complex, fragmented system, honestly, a bit of a mess, and turned it into this unified, super efficient global brand store. It's a really powerful example, isn't it? Solving what looks like just a logistics problem can actually ripple outwards, improving everything from brand consistency to, well, employee engagement.
Absolutely. And it brings up a really interesting point to think about. Beyond just the operational wins, how does having a central, easy-to-access brand store like this actually foster a stronger sense of identity, a feeling of belonging, especially in a huge global company like Cipla? Think about that impact. Seeing and using the same high-quality branded items, feeling part of one unified brand no matter where you are in the world, what does that do for the culture?
That's a great question to leave folks with. We hope this deep dive gave you some valuable insights into optimizing that global brand presence and maybe streamlining some internal operations too.